Hey, it's me, Angela, and I made it to Germany. So if you did already watch the bonus video about my train travels between Amsterdam and Germany, no longer a cliffhanger, I made it. If you haven't watched the bonus video, please go do so. It's a little bit of a riot, and just kind of the realism of traveling in places that you just don't speak the language. So definitely invite you to watch that bonus video. Yeah, trains. Okay, so I made it to Germany, and I had several people ask me why I chose Hamburg, Germany, instead of some place like Munich, for example, or Berlin. So I have actually been to Germany before to visit the Hamburg area. So if you haven't known me for very long, or you don't know me at all, several years ago I had hosted 2 exchange students, not at the same time, not even back to back, but 2 different exchange students, and one is from Germany, and his family is from a village about an hour out of the city around Hamburg. And I came to visit here a few years ago. Almost 5 years ago. And that was my first time in Europe, and I was here about a week. So I do have some familiarity with the city, but of course, as anybody knows, a city can change quite a bit within a few years. So there are some things that are going to be different. First and foremost, me traveling on my own. So there's that. But I had been communicating with Nicholas about my arrival and everything with the train, and I no more get off the train, and he and his parents found me at the train station, and they helped me find my hotel, and I got checked in. So I didn't really have a moment to look it over, but got checked in, basically threw my stuff down, changed, and we went to a basketball game. So pro basketball in Germany is very different in some ways, and all the same as basketball in the United States. So I am not a sports person, but Nicholas is. And honestly, going to a basketball game may not have been my first choice, but I'm glad I went, and it was a lot of fun, and it was nice to just sit down and relax and enjoy something. So in a way, it's kind of funny because I did ballet the night before and then basketball the next evening. Anyways, change, we head out, we go to the game, we make it, we meet up with some of his friends. So that was nice to meet some of the people that, he's become close with and going through university with, and seeing his parents again. So that was great. So we go to the basketball game, and it's the pro level here. And I would compare it to a large community college league or game, high urban area, or semi-pro. So the arena is about that kind of size, I guess, but it's pro, and the essence of the game itself and people rooting and cheering on their team is the same. People drinking, having a great time. What is not the same is that it is very clear in the United States who is rooting for whom, whatever it is. So some people are in sports attire, but not like how we do it in the US, I should say. You could look around and you see lots of people I'm not sure which team they're rooting for. And I feel like in the United States you look around and people go wild with their pro sports. And I don't mean that in a bad way. The arena was full. I don't think that there were any very clear empty seats, and having a great time. It's not as big of an event, I think, as it is in the United States. Even when it's junior college level. because, you know, you have like, there was like a halftime show, but not like a halftime in the United States. But honestly, really enjoyed it. For someone who doesn't like sports that much, I really liked it. The game moved along, just being there, part of the experience. And it was something that I could somewhat understand, even though I'm limited on my sports skills, to be honest. So then afterwards, we get back to the area that I'm staying in, and we search for a restaurant. It is a Saturday night. It's a big city. So we search for a restaurant, and we end up going somewhere that's like true Bavarian food. And if you don't understand that difference, and I'm sure I will be corrected if this is wrong, like Bavarian food is honestly very homey to me. It's like very much your meat and potatoes, that hearty, like farmer's food. And so it really hit the spot, because in Amsterdam, I did not go to an actual restaurant, sit down anywhere. I pretty much just ate on the go. So this was like my first hearty meal in Europe. And it hit the spot. It was so good. But also Bavaria is like a very distinct area of southern Germany. So I feel like in the States we have very distinct regions or areas where the culture changes and the dialect changes. So there's a distinction. But I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to go into detail. But man, the food was delicious, and the beer, so smooth. I mean, down that. I drank one at the game, and Nicholas's friends thought it was pretty funny how I just drank that like it was water. I was also very thirsty. And don't worry, I had a glass of water beforehand, and I was with people that I knew, so I felt fine drinking something. And then I had another drink at the restaurant. So food is delicious, and we part ways, and yes, we didn't get to spend a lot of time together, but honestly, it was a great time. Great time had. But let me show you the room. So, disclosure, I'm not sure which room I liked better, the one in Amsterdam or the one here. I would say that the hotel that I stayed in Amsterdam, I would highly recommend, because it is in more of a residential area, and it's kind of your midway point between like the very, very core of Amsterdam and like the train, like where the train station is, and then the other side where the airport is. So depending on how you're traveling. But it was very easy to get around, and so on and so forth. Also, there was kind of like a lounge area, so I was able to go down there and work on homework if I felt like I was too cramped. Although sometimes I just got out of my room and just went to the lounge and had like a coffee or something. But now we're in Germany. So I will show you my room. There is one major thing that is distinctly different here. And let's take a look. So come with me on this very long tour. So again, the room is petite for a petite me. But let me show you what's different here. So, I didn't point this out, but at my last hotel, the card is blank. It is all white. So I do appreciate that there's no distinct markers of where you're staying or anything like that. But if you don't have a good memory on what your room number is or what your hotel is, tough out of luck. Okay, so in order for the electricity to work in your room, you have to keep this key in there. And I only have one. So if you leave your room and you have no key, that means your electricity is going to stay on. So basically, if I pull it out, all the lights just turned off. Okay, the TV stayed on and some other things, but the main stuff, like even, I think there was a fan. Okay, anyways. And then light switches. Okay, this is similar. I had something like this where you put your bag at my last room. But this one actually has a light up above. So like this one definitely is a little more upscale, this hotel. I would say the other one was a little more homey, but that's okay. So there's that. And then there's this like really cool mural type thing over the bed. I don't know if I can get a really good view. The bed is slightly larger. And I kind of like this whole thing. This is probably what I really appreciate most, is that there's a plug-in right here. And if for those wondering about how different the plug-in is, because I kind of mentioned that, it's round. So anything that plugs in is rounded for the most part, and then you have a 2-prong thing in there. So you do have to have an adapter, and this was the same in Amsterdam. But you can control the lights here, even the little reading lamp, and that's really handy. In my last room, there was a reading lamp above the bed, and that was really helpful. I think this room will stay warmer because there's like a heating element behind this curtain and another one behind this curtain, and then there's also one in the bathroom. That kind of excited me. I like the position of the TV. In the last room, it was well positioned as well. The desk is a little longer. I don't feel as cramped. No drawer. There wasn't one on the last one. And the seat definitely works better. And then the bathroom. So you got the heating element. I really appreciate this space here for me to put my stuff. There's definitely been I haven't felt like I haven't had enough space. Like I could definitely spread out to an extent. So toilet is a little bit different, but this part here with how they flush is the same. And then a little more modern. This bathroom's a little more modern, and I'm surprised actually by the space I have in the shower. This is way more space than I had in the last shower. Way more space. I am definitely not going to feel cramped whatsoever, which I think is interesting because there were some reviews about how they felt the bathroom was cramped. Okay, so that's a little tour of my room. I don't have a great view like I did at the last hotel. Like, there's a little area here, but from what I can tell here at night, I can just see the building across the way. So, that is my first several hours here in Germany in my room. My intention is to sleep in tomorrow, because I'm tired, honestly. And I have homework that I need to do, and it's supposed to rain. So when I got here, it was cold and rainy, well, misty, foggy, wet, but not raining. And tomorrow I think it is going to rain, so it'll be a good day for me to like catch up on some things. Maybe find a cafe and just kind of take a moment to slow down. So that will be Sunday, and then I still have all of Monday to go and check out some things. So again, I have been here before. There are some things I still want to go see and do, but I don't feel as under pressure to like cram it all in. So this is night 1 in Germany, and let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 4 on the EuroTrip. I'll admit I'm a little homesick. I am missing my home. I'm especially missing my husband. But, you know, I gotta do this. I don't have to, but I'm doing this for me, and it's something that I wanted to do, and I'm really proud of myself, because there's been some hard moments, and then there's been some amazing moments, and today was like a really, really tough day, but got through, and yeah. So now that we're in Germany, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, Dankeschön, and thank you, and don't forget about the bonus train video. All right, bye everybody.